The truth is that even though I was recently hired as a software engineer, I'm still poor. That is the honest truth. I'm still poor. And I'm gonna go over about 4 reasons why that is. You guys are just gonna understand everything about what's going on money-wise, and hopefully if you can relate to this, then yeah, me too. I make a little over 60K a year. The very first reason why I'm still poor with this salary is because $30 an hour, which is about the wage that I make, that is the new low income earner of the world, or at least of the United States. The United States isn't the world, but that's just like, I think most of my audience is probably in the US, so you guys can relate to everything that's happening here with inflation and all of that, but we'll get to that. So $30 is the new poor. This is the bare minimum that you need to make. It's still not even enough, but like people making this amount of money are, it's just not much. The very first reason that for me this really isn't that much is because I live in New York City, which is one of the most expensive cities on the entire planet, I think. So yeah, I live in New York City. A lot of people have said this, and I'm not the only person that's saying this. You need easily around $1 million. Like that needs to be your annual net income for you to have a good time in New York City. It is that expensive. So you've seen rent, right? I think rent on average is around $3,000 in New York City. And this is not even talking about like a big spacious place. I'm talking about like a literal 1 bedroom, like little cubicle in like a random place in New York City. That was gonna run you $3,000 every single month. That is crazy. So this is one of the most expensive places to just live, like to even have shelter. And that's not to even talk about the rest of the expenses, right? So you have necessities like food. I believe food costs more in New York City. So I've like seen the price of food in different places, but in New York City, for some reason, they just want to add, a little extra $3. You might pay like, I don't know how much does eggs cost. Let's just say eggs cost $12, like down south somewhere. Up here, it'll cost like $18 just for like a 24 pack of eggs. Hey man, it's just crazy. Just living in New York City it's just too much money. But the next reason, and I think a lot of you are going to be able to relate to this, the next reason why I'm still poor is because I am paying it back. So I'm not just some 19-year-old teenager running around New York City with a 60K salary. I am paying it back. So that means my family, the people that took care of me when I wasn't making any income at all, and I was just like trying to make something happen, I have to pay them back. So basically I'm contributing to monthly expenses like rent, monthly expenses like the cell phone bill, and monthly expenses like food, right? Everyone needs food, so I'm just paying it back. And if they ever ask for, like an extra $50 or anything like that, I will definitely gladly give them that. And I also think that, just good deeds will come back around. So one of the things that I actually do with this handy dandy wallet here, even though I spend most of my money just by like tapping the card on card readers, this right here, this actual like tangible physical cash, I carry it around so that I can give it to like people that ask me, right? Like someone who just doesn't have even a home to sleep at, or like they just don't have any income and they can't really see any way of getting out of the situation. So like a homeless person, if they ask me for some money, or they just like, hey man, you could spare some change, I carry around cash for that specific reason. No other reason that I have cash in my wallet except to just give to someone that might need it. That's definitely one of the other reasons why I'm still poor, but I think it'll come back around at some point. The other reason is the entire United States is going through this. It's inflation. What inflation actually means is, at least my understanding of it, is that they're printing more money than there actually is. The value of the money is less because there's just more of it. So it's like, if something is like really rare in a video game, it's super valuable because there's not much of that one thing. But if there's an abundance of it, it's not really worth anything. And that's kind of what the United States is doing. They're just inflating, they're just pumping more of this money that they don't even have, and it's just causing the economy to be devalued. And I think that everyone can relate to that for sure. So, yeah, $60,000 a year is probably actually about, well, I'm not sure what the ratio of inflation is or like what the percentage is, but I'm probably making, like, in reality, the value of my money is probably like, I'm just gonna throw a number out there, like 20% less than what it says on paper, and it's just gonna keep going down and down and down. So the only real way is to like become like super rich or something. I don't know, like I said, you need like $1 million to live in New York City. I mean, hell, you need $1 million to just enjoy your life in general. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. I'm still poor as a software engineer, and a lot of you guys can probably relate to this too. You probably make like $30 an hour living in New York City. And if you make even less than that, I don't even know how you're still surviving. Yeah, if you guys found this video very relatable, I didn't really like provide any solutions. I just kind of like said something relatable. But if you guys found this video relatable, make sure you comment down below, like spill the tea, talk about it. Just let me know what you guys are thinking. And yeah, that's about it. See ya.